Hello, everyone, and welcome back to English Booster Channel. I'm Emily, your English learning partner, not here to correct every comma, but to help you speak with confidence.
And I'm Alex, the former grammar overthinker who once believed fluency meant zero mistakes.
And today, we're going to talk about something dangerous.
Dangerous.
Yes, the belief that grammar is your biggest problem.
Emily, I need to admit something. For years, I thought my English was weak because my grammar wasn't perfect. Every time I made a mistake, I felt embarrassed. Every time someone corrected me, I felt smaller.
That's what most learners feel. They believe, if my grammar improves, my fluency will automatically improve. But here's the truth. Grammar is not the main problem.
Wait, what?
Grammar matters, yes, but it is not the reason you hesitate. It is not the reason your voice shakes. It is not the reason you avoid speaking.
So what is?
Fear of making mistakes. Let me ask you something, Alex. When you speak in your native language, do you think about grammar rules?
Never, I just speak.
Exactly. Fluent speakers don't calculate grammar. They communicate meaning. But learners do something different. They build the sentence in their head, check the tense, check the verb, check the preposition. And by the time they are ready, the moment is gone.
So the problem isn't grammar knowledge, it's overthinking grammar.
Yes, overthinking kills fluency.
But Emily, if we ignore grammar, won't our English become wrong?
We are not ignoring grammar. We are changing its role. Grammar should guide you, not control you. Think of grammar like road signs. They help you move safely. But if you stop at every sign and read it twice, you will never reach your destination.
That makes sense.
Let's do a small experiment. Alex, say this sentence. Yesterday I go to market.
Yesterday I go to market.
Is the grammar perfect?
No.
Did I understand you?
Yes.
Communication happened. Now correct it.
Yesterday I went to the market.
Better grammar, same meaning. See the difference? Grammar improves clarity, but fear blocks communication.
So it's better to speak imperfect English than perfect silence.
Always.
I remember a moment in college. I didn't answer a question in class, even though I knew the answer, because I was afraid my sentence wouldn't be grammatically perfect, and someone else answered instead. That day, I felt invisible.
That's what perfectionism does. It steals opportunities. Growth begins when you allow yourself to sound imperfect.
So maybe grammar isn't the real problem. Maybe ego is.
Or fear of judgment. Here's what I recommend. Step 1. During speaking practice, focus on fluency, not perfection. Step 2. After speaking, review and correct mistakes calmly. Step 3. Learn one grammar rule per day, not 10.
So separate speaking time and correction time.
Exactly. Never mix them. If you try to speak and edit at the same time, your brain freezes. Let's try something powerful. Repeat after me. I allow myself to make mistakes.
I allow myself to make mistakes.
My mistakes help me grow.
My mistakes help me grow.
I speak to improve, not to impress.
I speak to improve, not to impress.
That mindset changes everything.
Emily, why do children become fluent faster than adults?
Because children don't care about grammar rules. They experiment, they repeat, they get corrected, and move on. Adults do something different. They analyze, they judge themselves, they hesitate. Fluency loves courage, not perfection.
So we need childlike bravery.
Yes, with adult discipline. Here's the deeper truth. Many learners connect grammar mistakes with personal intelligence. If the sentence is wrong, they feel they are wrong. But language mistakes are not character flaws. They are practice marks.
That changes the perspective completely.
Grammar is a tool. It is not your identity.
So if someone remembers one message from today, what should it be?
Speak first, correct later. Learn daily. Confidence grows in action, not in theory.
And grammar?
Grammar supports fluency, but courage creates it.
If you've been waiting to speak until your grammar becomes perfect, this is your sign. Stop waiting.
Make mistakes. Learn from them. Speak again. Because fluency is not about perfect sentences. It's about fearless communication.
This is Alex.
And this is Emily, welcoming you to English Booster Channel. Let's grow together, one brave sentence at a time. Alex, do you know what hurts the most? It's not making a grammar mistake. It's the silence after you decide not to speak.
That silence feels heavy.
Yes, and that silence slowly builds a belief inside you, a belief that says, maybe I'm not good enough. But language doesn't measure your worth. It only measures your practice.
I remember rehearsing sentences in my head before entering a group conversation. I would prepare everything perfectly, but by the time I felt ready, the topic had already changed.
That happens when you try to be perfect. Perfection delays participation, and communication is about participation, not perfection.
So every time we delay speaking, we train ourselves to hesitate.
Exactly. Fluency grows in action. Hesitation grows in overthinking.
Inside every learner, there is a small voice.
What voice? The grammar judge. It says, is this tense correct? Is that preposition right? What if they laugh? And that voice gets louder every time you doubt yourself.
How do we silence it?
We don't silence it. We retrain it. Instead of saying, don't make mistakes, tell yourself, say it, fix it, move on. There was a time I avoided speaking English at family gatherings, not because I didn't know words, but because I was scared someone would correct me in front of others.
And what happened?
One day, my younger cousin spoke confidently. His grammar wasn't perfect, but he spoke freely, and everyone listened. That's when I realized confidence attracts attention. Perfection attracts pressure.
That realization changes everything.
Let's redefine mistakes. Mistakes are not failures. They are feedback. When you mispronounce a word, your brain updates. When you misuse a tense, your memory adjusts. Growth requires friction.
So discomfort is part of fluency.
Absolutely. Comfort keeps you average. Discomfort makes you better. Let's give our listeners something practical. Alex, say 3 sentences quickly. No overthinking.
I woke up late today. I forgot my keys. I almost missed the bus.
Did you stop to check grammar?
No.
And did it make sense?
Yes.
That's fluency practice. Speed first, accuracy later. Train your brain to respond, not freeze. Here is something powerful. Stop saying, I'm bad at English. Instead say, I'm improving my English.
Small change, big impact.
Language follows identity. If you see yourself as a learner growing, your behavior changes. If you see yourself as weak, your effort shrinks.
Emily, what would you say to someone listening right now who feels embarrassed about their English?
I would say, you are brave because you are trying. Millions of people never even attempt to speak another language, but you are here, learning, practicing, growing. That already makes you strong. Fluency has layers. Layer 1, basic communication. Layer 2, confidence. Layer 3, natural expression. Layer 4, emotional depth. Grammar helps with layer 1. Confidence unlocks the rest.
So grammar is the foundation, but courage builds the house.
Beautifully said. I wish someone had told me earlier that fluency is not about sounding perfect. It's about sounding real.
And real people make mistakes. They pause, they correct, they try again. That's how language becomes yours. Not memorized, not copied, but owned.
Before we end, let's repeat together. I choose progress over perfection.
I choose progress over perfection.
I speak to grow.
I speak to grow.
And I'm becoming fluent every day.
And I am becoming fluent every day. Remember, your grammar doesn't define you. Your courage does.
So speak today, even if it shakes, even if it's imperfect, because every brave sentence brings you closer to fluency.
This is Alex,
And this is Emily.
welcoming you to English Booster Channel. Let's grow together, one fearless sentence at a time.